Okay, so I know this is not something I normally do on my channel, but all my fellow Potterheads will know what I mean when I say I just finished reading this, so now I have to talk about it. I just have to make a video about this. This is probably gonna be the only book I'm ever gonna make a video about, but so be it. Let's do it. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is the 8th Harry Potter story. A lot of people are like, wait a minute, Harry Potter defeated Voldemort at the end of Deathly Hallows. How can there be an 8th story? Especially since we had an epilogue about Harry and Ginny. They were married, they had kids, they were off to Hogwarts. Well, this is the story of them. This actually focuses on Harry's son, Albus Severus Potter, and his adventures at Hogwarts, 19 years later after the Battle of Hogwarts. And yeah, I'm explaining the premise in its most basic sense because in case you haven't read it yet, I don't want to spoil anything for you. Basically, what I can say is that it centers around Albus Potter, and his best friend in the story is actually Scorpius Malfoy, as in the son of Draco Malfoy, Harry Potter's rival, which I think that's actually a really cool dynamic. It's really cool that J.K. Rowling decided to make Albus and Scorpius best friends. And again, just like Harry and Ron in Sorcerer's Stone, when Albus meets Scorpius for the first time, they instantly click. It's awesome. The story actually really takes place in Albus's 3rd or 4th year at Hogwarts, and it focuses on what it's like to be the son of the most famous wizard of all time, Harry Potter. The unexpected pressure that can have on you because you're the son of a really famous wizard. You're expected to be this godchild. And that also applies to Scorpius Malfoy being the son of, I want to say a rumor, that's all I'm gonna say. There's a rumor that's been circulating around the Malfoy family, and it's a particularly nasty one about Scorpius Malfoy. And so he has to live with that, and Albus has to live with being the son of Harry Potter, and how they deal with that, I thought was really well done. And of course, this story having Harry Potter in the title, we also focus on Harry Potter as an adult, which I honestly did not think would be that interesting. I knew he would be in the ministry somehow, he's an Auror, but he's dealing with how to be a father to his son. They have this really estranged relationship. They're not getting along all that well, because Albus is like, Dad, you have no idea what I'm going through. To which Harry replies, you think life was easy for me? Again, I'm trying to be as vague as I possibly can here, but that's pretty much how it is. When you have father-son bonding in a story, it can be really cliche and stupid and boring, or it could be really involved and relatable. And given the fact that Harry Potter is a much beloved and successful franchise, it's more relatable than not. And there's also a new character in the story. Her name is Delphine. This is the actress who plays her in the stage production, since I really couldn't find any official pictures of her character. And she's kind of a wild card in this story. She's there to help out. She's pretty much there to be the Hermione character of Albus, Scorpius, and now Delphine. They're kind of like the trio in this story, like Harry, Ron, and Hermione were. Although, not really. But I really don't know what to think of her, and as the story goes on, pretty much when you first start reading the story, and throughout the entire story, you get just bomb after bomb after bomb just dropped on your lap, boom, here's something. I'm just saying that's how I felt reading this story, considering that I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. When you read Deathly Hallows for the first time and you got to the end and there are these bombs that were dropped in your lap and you were like, holy fuck! For me, it felt like that pretty much throughout the entire story. And beyond the actual shock you go through, your reactions are actually gonna vary depending on how diehard of a Potterhead you are. There were actually some points in the story where I was all like, no, 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 you can't do that, no. No. Those were knee-jerk reactions I had. But then as the story went on, I kind of just took it and I was like, fine. And it did end up working out in the end. I love how in this story, J.K. Rowling actually had the guts to do certain things with the story that make you go, oh my god, she actually went there. Looking back on it after having finished it yesterday, it's actually pretty awesome. This is a story that if you really do hate it, you don't have to consider it canon, because I actually know some people who say they hate this story. So it is really just a one-off story that you don't have to take too seriously if you don't want to, although it does get pretty deep and dark and serious at times. I love the hell out of this story. I certainly consider it canon. It's a great story about when the going gets tough, what do you have, bonding with your father, what true friendships are actually made of, all those good moral lessons that the original Harry Potter stories gave you. In a weird way, I'd kind of like to see the story go on in further plays, but I understand if it's not going to happen. I'd also like to see this become a movie someday, but that's definitely not gonna happen. So for now, I'll take this. It's really all I need. So yeah, if you're a Harry Potter fan, absolutely read it, for sure. If you're a diehard Harry Potter fan, you've probably already read it by now, actually. So, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Have you read it? What did you think about it? Have you actually seen the play? I'm in the United States. The play's in London. I'm not gonna see it anytime soon. Whatever you think of this story, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.